Hello and welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. Today we are going to be going over how to train the Vitality soft skill. Now you want to train this skill because it stops you from getting Med Station level 3 and therefore Intelligence level 2, and then just general progression. It really gates you a lot. It also gives you some benefits, tactical advantages like it stops dying from limb loss and things like that, and generally at the max level it reduces your ability to get hit by pain by 50%. Right, so I found two methods to train this. The first method is step 1, you've got to find some barbed wire, and step 2, you've got to dance in it. What this does is it hurts you, so basically as your health is getting lower you're getting vitality skill and that's increasing, but every time you level vitality XP wise you also level health, because it's one of them tandem skills where like health, endurance, strength, they play vitality, endurance, strength, they play in a level in health, so you're leveling two skills at once here. But also I think you're also leveling stress resistance because you're healing up as well, so it's really like 3 skills in one, this method, which is pretty good. Step 3, don't die. I went a bit overzealous there. The next method is what I like to call the broken leg method. So basically when you run with a broken leg, it does repeat damage to you. This is fantastic because I think the barbed wire method is good, but the spots of barbed wire on most maps are really inconvenient. They're going to be right next to player spawns, it's going to be loud. I don't know where you could do the barbed wire method effectively not getting caught. Maybe it's nighttime reserve, around the edges where the landmines are. But that's the only place I can think of off the top of my head. Broken leg method, you just step 1, break your legs. Now, I'm not sure if it's better to heal your legs or to just let them be blacked, but I don't think it really matters. You know what I mean? Like, in the grand scheme of things, it just might make you a bigger health pool so you can run longer, but chances are your endurance, your stamina bar, that's going to dictate when you stop running, not how much health you're going to lose. So you just start sprinting around, and as your health comes down or your endurance comes down, whichever is first, you just start healing after that. And this should train all 4. This should get you vitality experience, health experience, endurance experience, and stress resistance. And I think this method is preferable for me simply because you could break your legs. You don't even have to fix them, like to go into a next raid, so you could start off with broken legs if you broke them previously. But this method, you could just find some obscure corner of the map, just run around in circles. Not interesting gameplay, but I think it is safer than trying to find some barbed wire. Right, some quick info based on my little experiment here. 3 to 4 points of raid is what you can expect. It's really that 4th point is a real drag to get. And again, trains health, stress resistance, endurance, and vitality. It should really train off any type of damage, you know what I mean? If you just it should train naturally through the course of playing the game. But I mean, I'm level 24. I think I'm 24, and I've only got 2. You know what I mean? I've only got level 2 in it, and I need level 3. So I think it's a skill that isn't really geared towards someone who, like my playstyle, sits back, doesn't engage in every fight. I do a lot of scav runs because my favourite part of Tarkov's making money. I love watching the ruble stack go up. That's my main enjoyment. Don't get me wrong, I love a good fight, but I'd much rather have a quiet scav raid for 30 minutes just hitting loot boxes, watching all that money go up. It's just the way I prefer to play Tarkov, and if you're like me, you're probably not going to have a massive vitality skill, because it doesn't level organically in that playstyle. But if you really wanted to, you could level this, for example, if you wanted to do the killer grind, which would probably, you probably have the killer grind, you probably don't have the killer grind unlocked if you're doing this method now. But it goes for any scav boss. If you want to kill a couple of scav bosses to get your levels up or raiders and whatnot, any amount of damage, any type of damage with the exception of one, which I'm going to talk about later on, it gets your vitality skill up. I think fall damage, bullet damage, blunt force, you know, it's anything that's going to hurt your PMC is going to level your vitality. So there's probably some really creative ways. I know a lot of people level it through like lying on fires and things, but I, you know, tried that and the fire damage was massively faster than it was previous patches, so I didn't think that was a viable method for me. Another thing for you to remember is bring plenty of medkits. I would recommend AI2s because you're not likely to get bleeds and they're faster healing times. If you really wanted to, you could bring a grizzly. I think a good medium would be things like the Salawa, because the Salawa's got a massive amount of health points in it for this space. You know, for example, if you're going to bring a car kit, I'd rather have 2 AI2s because they're faster healing times and you have 200 health points as opposed to 220. But a Salawa has 4 in 2 slots. It's a bit slower, but you're getting just more, you know, more lenience there in case you burn through more health than you were intending to. I would also definitely recommend going low geared to do these training runs. Reason being is, one, you're going to be in an immediate disadvantage because you're going to be with broken legs, and you know, you're going to struggle in a fight against someone else who isn't trying to train any skills, isn't trying to do any quests. You know, if you get into a fight with someone that doesn't have an ulterior motive to be in the raid other than I'm just going to go kill players, they're going to be in an advantage. But another benefit to going in low geared is the fact that you'll be generally underweight, and that will help you massively with your endurance. You know, you won't get any debuffs to endurance, so you can run for longer, and that just makes it, you know, instead of taking 5, 6, 7 sprints to get you 1 or 2 points, it'll take you 3 or 4, you know, because you'll be running longer, and it just cuts down on the cycles you need to take of, you know, sprinting, stopping to heal, sprinting, stopping to heal. So that's something to bear in mind as well. Alright, so the method I was talking about earlier that doesn't work is I thought dehydrating yourself would work. You know, you go into a game, you pop a jar of mayonnaise, you eat the entire thing, and you just wait for you to start dehydrating and the damage to start hitting you. I thought it would work, because it's just damage. I'm not sure if this is a bug or this is intentional, but you know, I thought this might be a slower method with more survivability to it, because you don't make any noise, you're not running, you're just in a corner. So maybe that's why they made it this way. Maybe that's why BSG decided this wasn't a acceptable way to level vitality. But as you can see from the footage, I'm dehydrating, I'm taking damage, but I'm not gaining any vitality skill points. Now, I did do this for quite a while, you know, to the point where I actually completed the quest to be dehydrated for 5 minutes. Not a single point in vitality, stress resistance, or health skill. So I'm wondering if they've disabled that for a reason, or it's just a bug. I'm going to chalk it up to just being a bug, because I'm going to be honest, if you want to train vitality by sitting in the corner dehydrating all day, maybe that's not fun for, you know, most people, but if that's what you want to do, I don't see you harming anyone. If anything, you're just increasing the, you know, the mayonnaise market, so I don't see why they should ban that, or make it more difficult. I was personally hoping it was going to be a viable method, because I think it would have just been, you know, a good way to train both vitality and metabolism at the same time, because that, if you've watched my other guide, that is the way you train metabolism, is by dehydrating with the mayonnaise and then drinking again. I just assumed it would, you know, it's a source of damage, I assumed it would work. I hope it's a bug. I think if not, it's a very silly way to try and deter people from that method. So I'm going to err on this, you know, that on the side of that being a bug. It wouldn't make much sense in my mind to, you know, implement that as a kind of way to stop people power level and vitality, because you've already got diminishing returns in anyway, so you'd only be able to get 2 or 3 points a raid that way, and it would be a very slow method. But that's going to be it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope this helps you unlock the higher hideout stages. They are very lucrative things to unlock, and it's always worthwhile. It's fun to unlock new things and progress in this game. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you need any guide making, or you need, any suggestion for a video, is always welcome. Hope you're having a good day, and I'll see you next time.